Welcome back everyone, this is the very first episode of our brand new Zeus and Poseidon adventure, and today we're taking on the Zeus and Europa challenge. Before we get started, let's take a look at our objectives. These goals will guide our journey as we build our city from the ground up and transform it into a powerful empire.
Follow a cow? The priestess from the oracle said to follow a cow? A peculiar command, to be sure, but then the priestess is never wrong. She promised that great things would come to the person.
One thing I absolutely love about this game is the atmosphere. The music, the voice acting, and the environmental sounds are incredible. Just listen to those birds chirping in the background. It really makes the world feel alive. Now, let's open the map and see what we're working with. By clicking the top right corner, we can view the entire region. Right away, we can see that our territory is divided by a river. That means city planning is going to be extremely important. As we explore the landscape, notice the lighter, dusty areas. They may not look useful right now, but these lands will become valuable farming zones later in the challenge. We can also see roads connecting our territory to neighboring kingdoms. These connections will play a major role in trade, growth, and future expansion. Alright, it's time to begin. Every great empire starts with a road, so let's lay down our first roads and connect our city to the main route. Hold on, we have just received a warning. A hydra is already threatening our city and we haven't even built our first house yet.
Our sleeping bites, our gifts.
Can we survive the Zeus and Europa challenge and build a legendary empire? Let's find out. Let's see where it is. There it is. Fortunately, the beast has spawned on the opposite side of the map. For now, our citizens are safe, but we can't ignore this threat forever. At some point, we'll have to deal with the Hydra if we want our empire to prosper, but before we can defeat monsters, we need to build a city capable of supporting heroes. So let's clear some trees, expand our road network, and begin constructing the foundations of a legendary civilization. The age of Zeus begins now. Our goal for this challenge is simple. Build 2 successful colonies and turn this small settlement into a thriving empire. That might sound easy, but every decision matters. One wrong move could leave us without food, without money, or even without enough people to keep the city running. So let's get started. The first thing we need is a proper road network and housing for our future citizens. We'll begin by placing roads and building our first residential area. Remember, every building costs drachmas, so we need to spend carefully and avoid wasting resources early in the game. Let's place a few more houses here, and remove this one since it doesn't have road access. Perfect. We now have 18 houses connected to our colony. And look at that. New citizens are already arriving. That's exactly what we want to see. Now, it's time to build one of the most important structures in the city. The common agora. This will become the center of trade and distribution for our growing population. First, we'll place a food vendor, but food doesn't magically appear. We need farms. Luckily, we already identified some fertile land earlier, so let's begin building our wheat farms. And while we're doing that, a message has arrived. We'll ignore it for now. Our people are hungry, and feeding them comes first. Let's add a few more farms and place a maintenance office nearby. A small trick I like to use is blocking the road here. That keeps workers focused on this district instead of wandering across the map looking for alternate routes. Now, we'll build a storehouse and a granary. For the storehouse, I'm only allowing olive oil and fleece with storage limits set for each resource. The granary will handle food storage for now. Back in the residential district, we'll add a water supply, another maintenance office, and a hospital. Again, we'll block certain roads to keep workers operating efficiently within their assigned neighborhoods. And look at this. More people are moving in. Our city is growing faster than expected. But growth creates new problems. The citizens are demanding culture. If we check the culture rating of our residences, it's extremely low. So let's start improving it. Our first cultural building will be a gymnasium. And already, the houses are evolving. But there's a problem. The population is increasing faster than our food production. Uh-oh. Another message. And this one looks serious. Mount CITHAERON has become hostile. That's not good. We're going to need to keep a very close eye on that situation. For now though, we stay focused on our city. Water coverage looks good. Hygiene looks stable. Safety is under control. Let's add a watch post for protection and build a college to improve education. Wait, what's happening? People are leaving the city. Let's investigate.
Thrown out of my home. What did I do to deserve this?
The citizens aren't happy, and if we don't fix the issue quickly, our growth could come to a complete stop. To improve entertainment, let's add a podium. And speaking of good news, we just received a gift from Argos. Olive oil. Thank you, King of Argos. We'll gladly accept that. Now, let's continue developing our culture district with a drama school. Eventually, we'll build a theater as well. But right now, our population isn't large enough to justify the expense. Our bigger problem is food. The farms simply aren't producing enough to support everyone. And now, Disaster strikes. Our granary has collapsed. That's a costly mistake. I should have built a maintenance office nearby. We'll need to rebuild immediately before our food supply falls apart. Next, let's diversify our economy. We'll add dairies to produce cheese, a grower's lodge to harvest olives and oranges, some sheep farms, and carding sheds to process fleece. Our city is becoming more advanced, but our treasury is shrinking fast. We're running dangerously low on money. Soon we'll need to establish exports and start generating real income. Otherwise, this empire won't survive. Wait, what? Mount CITHAERON has launched an invasion. This is exactly what we were afraid of. Let's check workforce allocation. Notice how the military sector now has the highest priority because of the incoming threat. For now, I'm increasing storage and distribution priority as well. If food stops moving, the city could collapse from within before the enemy even arrives. And there they are. Mount CITHAERON's forces have entered our land. This is the moment that could decide the future of our empire. So, what should we do? Do we surrender and lose everything? Do we pay a bribe of 200 drachmas, or do we risk it all and fight to defend our city? The decision will change everything. We'll find out in the next episode.